ready.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play
G'day
tough,
off trackers,
wanna
so
hate
you guys
it,
asked for it
wanna
and we're here. Brisbane 4-wheel drive camping expo, Ash, is that what it is?
Yep.
And what do we think of my mic this week?
No comment.
So Ash isn't too happy because it's very public, there's like a whole bunch of people watching us film and she is royally pissed, ain't you, Ash?
Yep.
So we'll see how we go. The plan of attack for this episode is we're going to basically walk around, show you guys any cool caravans, any cool gadgets we can find. We'll see who we can have a chat to. And I think the mission of today, Ash, is to not get punched in the face, right?
Yep.
But there's a very strong possibility, and I'm quietly shitting myself. Well, not quietly. The whole drive down, I was pretty nervous, wasn't I, Ash?
I might be top of that list.
So anyway, we'll touch on just quickly before we get in there and see who we can find. The charity fundraiser, YouTube Live charity fundraiser. How are we going?
Not too bad, I think.
Do you know what we're on? How much?
Nope.
So we're new PB, $918 I think we're sitting on today, Saturday. So we've still got like 12 days or something like that left. So if you want to get yourself some really wicked prizes and give money to Ronald McDonald House, jump on to, what's the website, Ash?
It's your website.
www.offtrackhq.com.au. Get yourself tickets, or I'm going to put down again the QR code if you want to get tickets. So this whole episode you'll be able to scan that QR code and get some tickets and support Ronald McDonald House. Win yourself battery, camp shower, a whole bunch of shit, Ash, isn't there?
Sure
Solar
is.
panels, car cleaning.
All right, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. We're going to get in there and see who we can talk to. Ash is nervous as all hell. Okay, it didn't take long. We've got our first speaker. So we've got Sam from Brisbane 4x4 Club. Did I say that right?
Yes,
There
said
we
that
go.
right. Yep.
So I figured you're a really good opportunity to speak to because this channel's massive about trying to keep all the national parks open for everybody. And the suggestion that gets thrown up every week is why don't we start a club where the clubs can actually get involved and help the national parks? You guys were saying that's what you used to do.
Yeah. Yes. Well, look, we're one of the oldest four-wheel drive clubs in Queensland. Like, we're well over 50 years. So, and we started as a Land Rover club once upon a time, and we've been involved in, I guess, everything from helping maintain and support the national parks, even working with the local four-wheel drive parks that are around as well. Our club sort of cut a lot of tracks at places like the Springs and that. And working with national parks is something we used to do quite a lot. We used to work up around the Belthorpe National Park area. We worked with the local rangers there and always had great relationships with them. What's happened over time is they just seem to have shut the doors, don't seem to be willing to engage, or we're not saying it's the rangers' fault, but we're just not getting the engagement that we used to have. We used to go up there and our jobs and responsibilities would be helping clear lantana, clearing culverts for drainage, things like that, where we had the vehicles to be able to do it, go in there and actually help with the labour. We put our hands up.
It was all free of charge?
Free of charge, like we're a volunteer organisation. It was a chance for us to go out and get into national park areas that were otherwise closed. Yeah. We could go in there, help clean up and do stuff proactively, and we just did it because we enjoyed it. Yeah. And that's very much, we've had, I guess, closed doors on that for the last couple of years.
Have you seen since COVID, obviously there's been a rise in more people forward driving, but have you seen a rise in rubbish and sort of the tracks being more torn up and ruined?
Not from our example. I guess a good example is around Lockyer Valley National Park around there. I've spent time out there in my own time trying to reconnaissance trips around there, and there's historically lots of maps which have all the tracks that run through them. They've just been overgrown, there's no access, there's nothing in there. People aren't necessarily driving and damaging tracks from what we've seen at all, because you can't get into them. The only tracks that you do see getting used are open fire trails, which are then heavily graded, and I guess from that point of view, the tracks are being maintained, but there's fewer of them. Go to Diagula, for example, there's about 5 roads you can drive in there, and the size and scope of that place is enormous.
And what's funny, like the rules go, you can't cut anything back from the track. So if they leave them to get ungrown, the public are then, to try and cut it back and reopen it is actually illegal.
Yeah, which is disappointing because it's all weed, right?
Yeah.
It's lantana.
Yeah.
Have a look at my car. It is covered in lantana scratches. And it's from driving down tracks that are so overgrown, there's still something that resembles a track. So we're not doing anything wrong. Yeah. We're just trying to see where it goes on the map. And I think there's also mapping companies. It'd be good for them to be up to date with what's happening, what's changing, and providing updates in mapping software. HEMA being an example, they've got all the historical maps, but they haven't been able to update them for whatever reason.
Oh, you try to go to so many of the places on HEMA, they're all closed.
They don't exist. Yeah. But it's great from an adventurer's point of view, where we want to just explore and go see what's out there. We can't do that anymore. And I've hit so many dead ends in trying to prepare and do responsible trips with the club. We go out, we reconnaissance the location, and then take 20 cars with us. So we want to make sure that we can drive through. We want to make sure it's safe for all the vehicles that are going on the trip. And we don't want to get into a situation where we get to a hill that's 40 degrees and mud and have 20 cars try and drive up it, because we know that's not going to work, right? So,
which is really good. This is what this channel's all about. Four-wheel driving, but four-wheel driving the right way.
Yeah.
Not tearing things up to upset people.
No, exactly.
Try and have fun, but do it the right way.
It's about, like we consider us a bit like farmers in some respect. I guess the clubs, speaking from a club's perspective. We probably treat the environments we want to play in a bit like farmers treat their own land. They want to treat it responsibly so they can get the next year's crop out of it.
Yep.
We want to treat it responsibly so we can go back and do it next year.
Yep.
Like, blink in our day and age now, and 2 or 3 years has passed. You go up to Ammermoor State Forest and the amount of gates that are getting locked up there too. Like, everywhere we turn, it's getting shut up, and maybe it's the one or two that are up there doing stuff that shouldn't be, but on the majority, we can take 30 cars and leave nothing but a tyre print on a gravel road.
So if people want to join one of your four-wheel drive trips, how do they go about doing it?
Yeah, we welcome all. We're a non-vehicle specific club.
Yep.
We welcome families. We're a family-friendly club with, I guess, experiences from first-timers right up to fully experienced com truck drivers, things like that. We've got guys that try and drive Beer O'Clock Hill, right up to guys that are coming out to the Springs or something like that for their new member induction. They just want to learn how to use their four-wheel drive. Easiest way is to visit brisbanefourwheeldriveclub.org. Come and check it out, read what we're all about, have a look at some of the photos, videos and events, and get in contact with a memberships officer and have a talk. Family memberships are $80. Single memberships are $70 for a full year, and that includes a mandatory induction for everybody, so everybody's on the same page, they understand the protocol for a recovery, and everybody's working.
Because that's a big thing we've flagged, like the bad recoveries that are happening now on YouTube is phenomenal. And we try to highlight them and talk through what went wrong, and just like somebody can die from a bad recovery.
100%. And that's, we make sure every new member is equipped and trained in our recovery procedure, which is primarily about safety. Secondly, about getting the job done. If it's not going to be recovered via a snatch, we've got to look at other alternative methods. Is it double line pulls, single line winch pulls, things like that. And
I'll tell you what, you're a great person to talk to, because I had no idea any of this was out there, and this will be for my subscribers. There's so many that would love to do this. So definitely, if you want to learn a bit of four-wheel driving and you're actually in Brisbane, join up.
Four-wheel drive club. We've got members in Darwin, so we're not vehicle specific, we're not location specific. So
Toyotas are the best, right?
Always. I've got an FJ Cruiser, mate, of course. But there's plenty of Toyotas in the club for sure.
Okay, we'll leave it there and we'll see who else we can track down. But thank you so much for having a chat.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having us.
And filling us in on what you guys have sort of been doing, and hopefully we can get it all open again and keep it open.
That's the plan. That's what we want to achieve.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, guys. Tough.
Bye. Okay, so I thought this was pretty cool to show you guys. Look at the bloody scrub bars on the front. This thing is like a serious off-road truck, but really cool. It's actually got a full caravan built on the back. So if you don't want to have to unhitch, get one of these and you can go full driving. We'll show them inside, Ash. Fridge, big fridge, kitchen. It's literally like having a caravan. Sirocco fans, dust reduction. It's got everything, eh? I actually wouldn't mind, if you're doing a lap of Australia, something like this wouldn't be too bad. You can still do your sort of beach stuff. As we've sort of spoke about, you can't go on a lot of your tough tracks, but not having to unhitch would be brilliant, and still having all the comforts of a caravan. So if you haven't seen these, check one of these out. See what else we can check this one out. You've got a whole boat on the back of a bloody truck. Now that is a big setup. I wonder how much fuel that would use, Ash, going around Australia. What do you reckon?
Probably same as a cruiser.
Probably would. But man, if you want a wicked setup, I wonder how hard it is to get that boat off though. But yeah, pretty cool. Let's see what else we can keep. Okay, Ash, we found your dream car. This is exactly what you want, right? A nice hot pink American truck.
I wouldn't be caught dead in that.
Wouldn't you? Let's see if we've got the matching pink lights for you.
Yeah, I'm good.
You guys comment below. What do you think of the pink? Is it nice or a bit too much? Comment below. Let us know. Let's keep on rolling, Ash. Okay, so look who we found.
Hang on. I deserve the prettier one, mate.
Oh, you get
That
the pimp
suits
stick.
me now.
I've been downgraded. So you were probably the biggest channel that came on to really help boost my page. So it's
Was
brilliant.
I really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we've had a couple still probably not up at your size yet, but now
Yeah.
a couple of biggies are coming on and they're all wanting to come on and sort of say their piece, which is really good.
That's good. We need to hear everyone's
side of
piece, mate.
things.
Yeah.
And we were talking just before, so we're both going to the Cape.
Yep.
But we're both planning on avoiding school holidays.
I was actually planning on avoiding you too, but will that happen? Are we going to?
Oh, I'm just going to hang around and wait for you. Your truck stands out. It's so easy to find you.
I'll use you as a speed bump, bro. It's all right, mate. Yeah, obviously you want to avoid the school holidays, mate.
Yep.
You know, it's the busiest time, and a lot of stuff happens on school holidays too, which we just try getting away from.
But funny enough, we both said the same thing. We're going to
Yeah.
duck in and out of the OTT. We're not
Yeah.
going to do the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a big fan of destroying and like, who wants to be laying under a truck, mate, in the dirt trying to fix it? So.
And all I've heard from people is Nolan's just like floods so many vehicles. So I'm like, why would you even bother?
Yeah.
You can do most of it and then get off just before Nolan's.
I probably should do that one.
Yep.
To just see if it'll even get to our grill in this truck. But
Yeah, what are you scared about? Yours is huge.
I've been told that a little bit, mate.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
then-
you been, mate? You been good?
Yeah, we've been good. So
Good.
house is now sold. So
Cool.
that's really good. We're on our way back down to southeast Queensland. So what do you got left, Ash? A couple of weeks of school,
Yep. Cool.
and then we're back in southeast and
Yep.
loving life.
Awesome, mate. Awesome.
So-
Is Ash going to help you do videos now? Get in front of the camera as well? No.
No, you're still not keen, are you, Ash?
She's like,
Behind the camera here.
So we're testing a new series where we do reviews on camp destinations, and she's going to see how she goes in it.
yeah,
But,
cool. Awesome.
I have a funny feeling.
Congratulations.
She's been told to go in front of the camera by multiple people. Hardcore told you to get in front of the camera.
I'm telling you to get in front of the
Yep.
camera.
See? Everyone's saying.
Poor thing, it's all about her now.
And she
you may
needs-
as well spin the camera and talk.
Needs to put on that tiny G-string bikini, right? Then the subscribers.
Clickbait, mate. It's all about the clickbait. We all know that, remember?
But so we talked about when you did the True Blue Chinwags that you were going to have a busy schedule. And I completely underestimated.
Yeah, it's been busy, mate.
Oh,
It's
just
been-
one show after another, but the driving in between is
Yeah,
mental.
look, it's basically been a Sunday show finishes.
Yep.
And as soon as the public goes out, you have half an hour sort of gap to make sure everyone's out. And
Yep.
literally we drive out and drive through the night to get to the next city for
And-
the next show, mate, to check in.
Even this one, you go on Brisbane to Perth.
Yep. Straight
And
to Perth.
hopefully the caravan's in Perth.
We got we got to film the commercial for the 2025
Yep.
Silverado HD on Tuesday, I think it is, and then we've got to race to the airport, mate, for Perth, and like I said, hopefully our caravans there, our new Sunland LTD, because it's lost.
Which is a shame. I would have loved to have actually seen it at this show.
It's amazing, mate.
I'll have
It's,
to fly over to Perth.
Yeah, you have to, mate. We're very, very proud, mate. This is why we're taking it to every
Yeah.
major city to show it off, because it's friggin' incredible.
So then you do
Very
Perth,
happy.
then you just have the second Brisbane one and you're done?
Yes. Miriam's got some surgery, so in April we got a bit of a break for about 4 weeks, so
Yep.
she can get better. And then we're good to go again, mate. Brisbane show, and literally same thing. We'll check out about that afternoon, and I'm driving and I'm not stopping. So we'll be gone for probably a good 12 months. People detox, I think, and we might start our YouTube again, mate. Miriam and I have spoken about it. And
Oh, well, you saw from when
yeah.
you're on here, everybody wants to see it.
Yeah, look, I think it's going to be about them, mate. We're not going to commit ourselves to a video or two every week,
Yeah.
but just casual, mate, and just for the people, mate. So
Just have some fun with it.
yeah, absolutely, dude. And it'd be nice to collaborate with people.
Yeah.
Like we've spoken about the industry, we think it's become a little toxic.
So
Is that the word for it?
I can
don't-
tell you now,
Yeah.
it's changed. Since you and I talked.
It's changed.
No, since you and I talked.
It's changed again.
Yeah, so we did some pretty fucking nasty videos.
Okay.
Ripping into people, and it seems to have now completely
Yeah,
settled.
look, it's been a few years, mate, of being like this.
Yeah.
This is why Miriam and I sort of distance ourselves from it a little bit. But
Yeah.
but I want to bring back and I want to voice. It's a community, mate. We're all in it for the love of it. We're all in for the passion of it. We're all in it for the same reasons.
Yep.
So let's collaborate and let's have a good time. Because
Yep.
that's what it used to be 5 or
Yep.
6 years ago. It used to be a lot of fun, mate.
Yep.
We used to camp on the beach, everyone. There'd be thousands of people all with cameras out, having just a good old time and showing the public what this was about. And we
the
want to
best
bring
thing-
it back, mate.
When you mingle with other YouTubers
Yep.
or on any other social media
Just people
people,
travelling, mate, in general, yeah.
they understand what it's like.
Correct.
Because the filming, it's not easy.
It's not easy, mate.
Poor
it's
Ash
not easy.
hates doing it.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can't go anywhere. It's always pull the camera out, do this, do this.
Do you really?
I enjoy it. I do peaceful.
Mate, it's look. It can be a stressful industry, and it's become. I feel it's become a negative. And I've spoken about the dramatising and the clickbait and all that, and I think people have lost touch of what it's about.
Yep.
I know people are doing it for the money, and that's great, and I understand that, but let's bring it back to the core, man. What it's always been about. You know, that's true to our heart, anyway. So.
Well said.
Yep.
I think we'll wrap it up there on that really positive note.
You're welcome, mate. Can I keep this or?
No, that's my pimp stick.
Did you call it a pimp stick?
We're seeing
I'm
if
glad you're not using it for anything else, mate. That's great.
we're seeing if when I run into some of the people I've ripped into, one of them might try and shove it up my ass.
Oh, well, I was about to say, have you used that one for that already? Or good chat with you, brother.
You do.
Good
Thanks,
chat with you.
Okay, here we are. The big dog got Matty.
Howdy, mate.
Fresh from the trip.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, nah. On the big boat, which is a bit of a dream come true, so it's good.
Are you going to do it again?
Yeah, we need to do it again because we didn't actually get to go where we were trying to go. We didn't have enough fuel, so yeah, redemption
And the
trip.
wind was shocking.
Terrible, mate. Yeah, worst weather we could have got, but we made the most of it.
But that's the problem with having to book these trips. Like I was talking before, we're trying to go to the Cape. We're going to the Cape this year and doing the tag along.
Yep.
But we've had to book now, which is like 3-4 months out, and you have no idea what the weather's going to be.
Yeah, that's it. You just got to
Spending
go.
all this money and just praying that you can actually get to all the places you want to go.
Just make the most of what you got, eh?
And we're going early, which I'm assuming you're going to probably go this year again and go very early.
Yeah, if we go this year, we'll be going super early, start of May. We're going to try and take a little old Luxie and see if we can't be one of the first up the telly.
Yeah.
So
we'll be there, end of May? Around
yeah,
the
that's the
28th?
best time, to be honest. End of May's perfect.
Yeah, because we've been told the crowd's down. We don't plan on doing the full OTT just because we're not big on ruining the tracks, ruining the trucks.
Yeah.
Hopefully ADU comes along with me. That'll be pretty good. And I've got some other YouTubers that are thinking of coming along.
Yeah, happy days.
So it'll be exciting seeing you guys up there and seeing it all sort of happen again. And what about your cars? Now you can continually turning over cars. What's next?
Mate, honestly, I'm not sure. We're going to run the Ram for the rest of this year.
Yep.
And then we'll make a decision. Probably halfway through this year what we're going to do. But yeah.
The best thing, anybody who doesn't know, like your footage is just raw. Same as me. You turn the camera on.
Away we go.
Yeah, you make some mistakes, you leave them in.
Yep.
It's the best way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%, mate. We don't hide any mistakes. Might just stop the next bloke making the same mistake.
Yep.
So, yeah, no.
Which is funny. I get a lot of people on who now co-host my YouTube channel with me, and so many of them record everything and do take after take after take, and then
Yeah, no, we don't do any of that.
it just comes across so much more natural, so much more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy days.
So, how you been enjoying the four-wheel drive show?
Yeah, good, mate.
It's
the
smaller
rain's not
this year,
here.
isn't it?
Yeah, probably a little bit smaller. A few people pulled out with the cyclone and
Yep.
bits and pieces, but
Because I noticed last year, like we park at Queen's Park and come in that entry.
Yep.
And normally the entry into here is where all the vans are. Whereas
Yep.
now it's all the way into the middle,
Yeah, a little bit quieter, but always good to be down at the Brisbane show.
which sort of shows, I guess, have you sort of felt that the YouTube shrinking and the travel market shrinking?
It was always going to shrink a little bit. COVID over-exaggerated everything, so it was always going to have a little bit of a slowdown, so get back to a bit more normal.
Which the channels like yours that took off during COVID are just laughing because nobody's going to get to that size.
Well, mate, we didn't really have a massive spike because of COVID. We've just been grinding away for the last 7 years, follower at a time, so...
Can I ask, do you still look at the numbers, or once you get to your size, is that just now out of sight, out of mind?
No, 100%, mate. We still look at the numbers, but I really don't create content that suits the algorithm like we're talking about. I shoot what we do and what we love, and if we wanted to grow the channel, I'd just be I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I'd be doing a lot more of the hardcore wheeling, and whereas I like the touring and we like the boats, and even mixing between boating content and four drive content's terrible for the channel, but it's what we love doing.
That's true. Yeah, because I had to break this off because I had touring product reviews. They clashed.
Yeah.
So I had to drop one off and went to just product reviews, and then tried to do the podcast, and it just destroyed the channel.
Yeah. It can, but if you just keep at it, you build that organic following with
And didn't
time.
you have two channels at a period? I swear you started.
We've just launched a Dream channel, which is just to show off the
Yeah, I've
builds.
seen that.
Yeah, but no, I've never had a second channel.
Was Explore Offshore? That wasn't
Nah, everything was always on the main
original?
channel, yeah. We thought about doing an offshore channel and the four-wheel drive channel, but
You had an offshore Instagram, didn't you?
we've got different Instagrams so people can niche in a little bit more,
Yeah.
but everything's always been on the one channel, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll leave you with it. I won't
Happy
take
days.
any more because you're going to be buggered by the end of the day. Thanks for chatting to
All
us.
good, mate, no dramas.
I really appreciate it.
Happy days.
So,
Here we go. We finally meet.
we finally met. Hello.
Except you've stolen my stick as well, like your husband.
I think this one
I
suits me.
get the shittier one.
It's quite all right. You can swap if you want to.
Nah, you can
Just
have my
kidding.
nice shiny
I'm
ball.
not swapping. This is good.
So how you been going with the show?
Loving the show.
I don't know how you guys are doing. We've been here, what, 2 hours, Ash?
Yeah.
And I'm ready to go home. I'm
What time is it?
stuffed.
Oh yeah, we've been here a while.
And I've only met one person's noticed me so far, and then that was a long chat, which just took from me.
Yes. Okay. Well, we do those pretty much back to back. And if I have to post socials, which I do a lot, I hide in the toilet. So if I'm in there for 20 minutes, I don't have gut problems. I'm posting on socials. It's the only place I can get away.
So as you guys have seen, anybody that follows me on Insta have seen that I'm constantly crediting these guys for your work output is phenomenal. Like,
It's a lot. It's excessive.
there's nobody else in this industry that works as hard as you guys.
Oh my goodness. Is that a compliment or is that like a sign to slow down?
I think it's a sign to slow down, but hopefully you've got 2 shows left.
Yeah. So this is the Brisbane 4x4 show. So
Is that where we are? Shit, I thought
yeah,
I was
I
in
know.
Adelaide.
I do. I wake up in the morning and forget where we are. So we did the Gold Coast show.
Yeah.
Went straight from there. Did the Melbourne show with our Caravan, our New Sunland.
Because the Gold Coast was an add-on as well, wasn't it? You weren't going to do it last
Yeah, no,
minute.
we weren't going to do it. We were launching in Melbourne, and we're
Yeah.
like, oh, you know what? It's a Gold Coast manufacturer. It's pretty cool to launch in. I mean, it's Gold Coast, Brisbane manufacturer, Queensland. We'll launch in Queensland. So we launched in the Gold Coast, and then we went straight down to Melbourne, and then we went to Adelaide, and then we're like, oh, now we're going in Caravan of the Year. So we went from
Which you're going to
Adelaide-
win.
Yes, maybe, hopefully. We drove late into the night and then up the next morning to get to Warrnambool late to enter in Caravan of the Year, which was a full day of filming, which finished when the sun went down in Melbourne, which is like 9 p.m. We got back to the hotel just after 9, and then up the next day, and then drove to Melbourne. Bought him a new flanny because he left one in Adelaide anyway. Got him a new flanny, got some lunch, and then drove up. We were in Gundagai when we got the call from GM going, hey, we need to get the new 2025 up to Queensland because the cyclone went through and they couldn't get it up. So they drove up and met us in Wollongong.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is where I'm from, so I know all these places. Wollongong.
So we were in Wollongong.
The Gong.
Yeah.
Did you go to the Blowhole?
We did not do much at all there because we had
you
been
missed
doing
it.
all those things.
You get a
And
really good blowy at the Blowhole.
we
I
actually
mean, keep it a bit more PG, don't I?
we got a lot of recommendations on where to go while we were there, and we're like, we're so sorry guys, but we have literally been driving and just doing so much stuff.
Yeah, you're
We
not
got-
actually sightseeing. You're literally
No, we
just...
didn't want to do any sightseeing
No.
really. So we just got an amazing apartment with beautiful 360 views all around over the ocean. And we didn't actually leave the apartment the first day. We just walked down to the Wollongong Central.
Yep.
It was right there. Did our grocery shopping, and then we just cooked. It was like, go here for dinner, go there. We're like, we just want to eat home cooked meals. So we did that for 3 days, and then GM rocked up with the new 2025 HD.
Yep.
And it was my responsibility to bring the only one in the country on the road back to Queensland. So we drove that up through the cyclone on Sunday. So we
Do
thought
you reach the pedal?
Yes, I do. They're fully adjustable. Everything's adjustable in these trucks.
Because I
Thank
thought
you.
Ash was small, but you're...
I'm
We're going to have to get a photo side by side.
she can spin the camera around. Watch this. Here we go. Oh, see,
Oh, there's not much difference.
I'm little. I'm also 46 years old, and I have shrunk. I got measured at the doctor's the other day, like a
Oh,
couple
she's
weeks ago.
shrinking.
Yeah, I've lost like half a centimetre.
I wish my feet would shrink. They're too big.
What
Like
is
big
that?
fat flippers.
What is that? Oh my god.
And look at my big toe. Ash always makes fun of my big toe.
Well, it's because I've got a big toe just like that. I'm not going to take my shoes off because you don't want to see that. Anyway, I don't know where we
And
were.
then yeah,
Oh,
even after this, like I was thinking, okay, after this you're going to Perth, but no, you're going and doing filming with that.
yeah.
You just turn the camera around.
So that's what I drove up. It's beautiful. So Chris drove Live Big up, and I drove that up, and then we bumped in here. We bump out of here on Monday. We check out of this hotel. We check into the next hotel. We film the new 2025 commercial, the trucks, 8D trucks, and then the following day we fly to Perth for the Perth show. So our Caravan is on a truck. It went from Warrnambool on a truck over there, so it should be there soon. And then we fly back here. And we've got the Sydney show, we've got the Brisbane show, the Caravan shows, and then we finally get to head off.
So for anybody that says being a social media content creator is easy.
It's like a permanent
It's
holiday.
not, is it?
No.
It
So
really
actually,
isn't.
I was standing over on that wall over there trying to get some shots of this setup. And someone came up and they're like, "Oh, you tried to sneak away, but I found you." And they started talking to me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm just trying to do work, you know." And he said to me, "I want to do what you're doing. I'm at the point. I'm about to retire. I want to do what you guys do.
If you want to retire, this
how do
is
you
a
how
good
do you
thing to
afford
do."
to travel?" And I was like, "We work."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, okay, because I own my own business." And I was like, "Well, we sold everything. And we work harder now than before we even hit the road." Chris had a business, I ran a business, I brought my business on the road. I've got like 450 people that subscribe to my Patreon platform, which is all fitness. So I load one new...
Oh, fitness. I thought it was like that OnlyFans thing.
Yeah, no, that's a separate platform. Your big toe might do well on that one. Yeah, so we work full time.
Yeah.
Like full time, or more than full time.
Yeah. Like 10 hours a day, you're sort of saying you do, don't you?
Yeah, most days. I mean, the beauty of this is if I do want to take time off, I can just schedule a few things ahead of time, but I do a bit of scheduling, but not too much. So yeah, it's easily 10 hours a day. Like I do wake up in the morning, I like to do my meditation, and I like to work out in the morning, and then I get stuck straight into like responding. We do a lot of answering and replying to people.
Which is phenomenal.
So I think I was telling you before, it took me 7 hours to reply to the comments on one reel that we had that went viral on 3 different platforms on the same day. So over a space of 3 days, 2 or 3 days, it was like 7 hours.
Because I reckon there's nobody your size that's responding to every comment.
It's a lot of work, but it's.
I'm
it's
what, 1/10 your size, and I get burnt out doing it.
you got to keep on top of it. So if I go to the toilet somewhere and I'm sitting on that toilet for 3 minutes, I'm opening the messages and I'm banging out responses as quickly as I can. Yeah, and I just.
So if you guys out there, you might be getting replied to while YouTubers are on the toilet. It's pretty common.
Yes, actually, yes. It's not uncommon at all. But I try and just keep up, like little bits here and there, rather than just all in one hit, because your thumbs get tired.
Yeah. We're going to all have RSI.
We are, and double chins. I try and reply like this.
Well, we'll leave it there. Let you keep talking to everybody.
I've still got my voice, it's amazing.
You've still got tomorrow to go, where at least we're going home and having a nap at the Savo.
We'll enjoy that nap. Enjoy that nap. We're actually going to go chill out, have a swim in the pool, maybe do a quick workout in the gym, and then go out to dinner. So
I think we're doing horses.
not all bad. You're doing horses?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Her
fun.
mum's got her old horse, and how many there now? So 4 horses total, or only 3 horses total?
That's fun.
Is it?
I don't know, is it?
No. For her, it's fun. For me, I hate horses.
Okay, that's like Chris. He's into horsepower, not horses.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, thanks for the chat today.
That's all right, and thank you for being so generous with your time.
Thanks for lending me your shiny bowl.
Yeah, I'll take that back on. We'll
Bye.
one back. Yeah. Okay, so unfortunately the audio has gone, but I thought I'd give a crack at a voiceover. So this is a really cool caravan that we actually found, made by MW Train Canopies. So for those of you who don't know, they started with basically they started with canopies, but then moved into these jack-on, jack-off sort of campers that you could put on your trays. And now they're giving their go at doing caravans. And I just saw this and thought it was a really wicked, tough looking caravan with everything in it. And as you guys would know, MW, they actually make all their stuff in Australia. So this is really cool to see Australian production. And the actual caravan lifts up and down. So it's a bit of a hybrid. So you're not stuck with driving around with a full-size canopy. As you can see, that whole outer sleeve actually drops down onto the inner sleeve and reduces the size massively. So yeah, this was just something that I wanted to share with you guys, and although the audio didn't work, I wanted to do a voiceover and let you know about it. So is this the most organised interview you've ever had?
100%. I'm holding a gold tube.
And the cameraman had it on photo mode.
On photo, we've worked that out, but we're going. We're off and racing, so...
So how you going? How are you hanging in there?
Good, yeah. It's the end of the second day, and haven't quite lost my voice yet, but we'll see in the morning. We'll see what happens.
Because I used to do all 3 days with TJM.
Yep.
And I'd be stuffed at the end, and even...
Hello.
Doing this. Oh, here's the main star of the channel.
The main character's here.
And a dead salad.
Yep. Fully understood that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've seen you in a couple episodes.
No comment. Oh.
So what's coming up on your channel?
Heaps of builds. 60 build, K-truck build.
Is there going to be much travel?
Yeah.
Because it's funny, a lot of people are pulling away from the channel episodes, but seem to want your channels to keep doing it.
Yeah. Are they really?
Yeah, because like Ronnie gets crucified for not doing enough travel.
Oh, true.
Yeah, everyone like just smashes him over, and I jumped on and said, I jumped on and said to his defence, you know, he's never actually been a big touring channel. He's been an educational one.
We definitely love to mix it up.
Yeah.
Definitely a half and half. Sometimes we get a little shed life heavy but it's kind of like you have to build the cars, and sometimes it's hard to get away.
Yeah.
But we've got Fraser coming up as well. We just did Fraser with Harry from Fire to Fork. And then we're trying to plan some big ones. Definitely want to do Tassie again.
Did you do Cape this year?
We've talked about it. It just depends if we're going to do Gibb River or Cape. So.
Any plans to do, what's that gnarly one over in WA, the really long one, like takes 14 days?
Oh, yeah, I can't think of the name of it. Pooley actually wants to do it as well, and Richo.
Yeah.
We've talked about it. The hardest part is, you know...
the East Coast getting there.
Getting there, and like trying to get, because we post weekly, trying to get, you know, if you're going to do like a 2-3 month trip, and you're doing weekly content, how do you make exciting weekly videos when a lot of it's just driving? So it becomes very difficult, and then the audience turns off, and
you start going backwards, which
start
isn't what you want.
Yeah. So to keep exciting content every week is definitely the hardest part of our job. But some big builds coming though, big exciting builds. Like there's been a few boring ones, like we'll admit we did the draws the other day, and I don't think too many people watched that one, but
I still watched it.
Yeah, I put a lot of effort into that 12-volt system, so thank you.
Because you guys come on straight after mine, or you're just before mine, so I generally watch yours and then see how mine's tracking.
Oh yeah, sweet. Yeah, I do that with Skid Factory actually, with Woody. He's a legend.
So what about something I asked, I've been asking, now that you guys have sort of gotten bigger, do you still watch the views and the subscribers, and are you still as paranoid about?
I don't think I ever have.
Yeah.
I think once you start really watching that and being paranoid about it, you're gonna, I don't know.
Do your head in.
Yeah, you do your head in. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. You overthink it too much, and then you start doing things that you wouldn't normally do. And I think the biggest thing with YouTube is just keep doing what you love. Like, if you love building cars, what you do, I'm going to keep building cars.
And the builds seem to be going off. A couple of people now branching off into the builds and just...
Yeah, I enjoy it. Like, I know I love watching builds. Another channel I love watching, which I'd love to do, but I don't have a drag track, is This Vs That from Hoonigan. What's your favourite channel? What or style of...
So actually, I only watch two. I watch religiously, I watch you guys, and I watch Explore Life.
Oh, yeah.
I've
Legend.
stayed from the start with both of you, and just enjoy. I think
Thanks,
because
mate.
it does change.
Appreciate that, yeah.
And then obviously a lot of the smaller channels is what my one's all about, promoting all the smaller ones. So I try and get on and watch as many small channels as I can.
I like to promote a lot of the small channels on my gram.
Yep.
So whenever they sort of tag me in
Yeah,
it.
you do. Yep.
Yeah, I like it's good. It gives people, a leg up, and it also gives people something else to watch.
Because I've got a segment on our podcast called Algorithm Takeover where people recommend small channels, and then
That's
I
cool.
go and get clippets and re-share their clippet on my podcast for people to see and hopefully
nice.
go and watch. And people pick up like 100 subscribers from it, which
Perfect.
is brilliant.
Exactly right. How good's that?
So one last one before we go.
Yep.
How do you feel about the national park closures? Because that's something that's big on my channel.
Yeah, it's bullshit. You would have seen probably our Greens Break video. We promoted Tony from GME's doing God's work in creating petitions and things like that, and he's doing it the correct way. He's got a lot of government avenues that he's going through. It's not just like there was a petition going around the other day about changing the defect, the road laws or whatever, modification laws, and all it said was we want to change it. Didn't say what to, where they were going with it, who they're in contact with. Absolutely had no context, and I'm like, what are we signing here? Are we signing to make it worse or better? Like, all it said was reform.
Well, did you get the email from Queensland National Parks about all the changes they want to do at Double Island?
No,
I
I
talked
haven't.
about that one and blew it up and just said like,
You mean Defect Island?
so they want to they want to obviously cut an area, so you won't be able to drive on a part of it, which means I'm assuming you won't be able to get from Noosa up. You'll have to go up the other way.
Okay.
And it'll be toilets. Even if you're just day tripping, you got to bring toilets. And I'm like, why don't you just build some toilets? There's toilets.
That's it. There's toilets there.
Yep.
You go into the campground.
The first campground.
That's what we do. We just drive up to the toilets and everyone go to the toilet.
Fraser Island has toilets.
Yeah.
Why can't you build some at double
there's
island?
two. So just past the campground, there's a freshwater campground, I think it's called,
Yep.
and there's toilets in there, free to use.
Yep.
And if you get up to the point, there's toilets there as well.
Yep.
I don't see how it's a massive issue.
Yep.
Or maybe they just need to make that knowledge better that, hey, if you need to go to the toilet, go use the toilet.
Because that's what my channel's working on, is trying to do, looking at what we're doing and how to improve the public and improve to stop it closing.
I think my biggest thing is there's a lot of guys, a lot of channels or people that, I don't know, I wouldn't call it clout farm, but they talk about, okay, there's a bit of rubbish around, but then you don't hear them talk about when there's not. Which is
to promote the good places.
80-90% of the time, everyone does the right thing. You're like, we went to Stratty, day after Oz Day weekend.
You did say it was clean.
It was immaculate.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yep.
And but no one talks about the good we're doing. Everyone just talks about the
bad.
people doing the wrong thing.
So that's a good thing. We better start doing that as well. So any of you guys,
We need to do both. Like
Yep.
we still need to call out the guys doing the wrong thing,
Yep.
but we need to also promote all the good we're doing
Yep.
as well. So
yeah.
always gets forgotten about.
Yeah.
So
Thank you for chatting. Really interesting having you on.
no worries. It's great to meet you.
You
So
too. And we'll keep on chugging. I think I've got one left to do and I'm out of here, versus you got to stay.
happy days.
Tanked.
That's
Okay, so the next content creator, I can't believe he's been generous enough to give us his time. And we're going to chat about the casino discount code. So Sam, he left. Where'd Sam go? I thought we were chatting about the discount codes. It was a bit awkward. We were over there and it was awkward standing there. So yeah, unfortunately no Sam. This will be a wrap. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It was interesting for us, wasn't it, Ash?
Interesting is an understatement.
They probably can't hear you because you don't have your microphone on.
The GoPro can hear me.
No, the GoPro doesn't pick it up if you got these. So was it interesting?
Yes, it was interesting.
So yeah, this was something really different for us, sort of chatting to people, having people around watching. As soon as we sort of brought the microphone out, started talking to people crowded around and listened, so that was interesting. But yeah, please, if you haven't bought any tickets in the raffle, please buy them. And if you want to come along to the YouTube Live, come along to that 29th of this month, Ash. So 29th, that'll be on Kenilworth Show Grounds. Happy for anybody and everyone to come along and be part of the YouTube Live, or you can buy tickets and be a chance to win part in over $5,000 worth of prizes. So till next time, like, comment, subscribe. See ya.